Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily if you're new here. Today's video is going to be a book haul. I have not done a book haul I think since December of last year, so it's been maybe 5 months since I've done a book haul, and in total I think I only have like 3, 6, 9, I have like 15 books here today, which is honestly not as bad as I thought. One book is actually a cookbook as well, and a couple of them I had gifted to me, but I am genuinely so excited to show you all my recent book haul. I have a lot of like various genres, I guess. There is a lot of more like literary fiction that I'm like really enjoying at the moment, so I have been prioritizing purchasing more lit fic. But without further ado, let's just get straight into the book haul. So the first book that I have here is Murder Row. This is by Simone St. James. This was actually recently the April book pick for the Evernight subscription by Elimicrate. So I just did an unboxing for this, so you can go watch that if you're interested to see more and find out more about this book. But this is one of those books, and I just love the sprayed edges. I think the artwork is so groovy. I love pop art, and this definitely gives me that vibes, so I'm absolutely obsessed with the cover of this and I cannot wait to read this book. I have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This is the 30th anniversary edition. This is actually a hardcover that I picked up from Pixabay. It has a fabric spine, and then obviously we have like a soft laminated cover and pages here, so it's the same on both sides. And yeah, this is the 30th anniversary edition. I know that this is a dark academia, one of the most classic dark academia books in the current century. So I don't know much about The Secret History. I do know that it is a dark academia and it is like loved by so many book enthusiasts. So under the influence of a charismatic classics professor, a group of clever eccentric misfits at a New England college discover a way of thought and life a world away from their banal contemporaries, but their search for the transcendent leads them down a dangerous path beyond human constructs of morality. So I am really excited to read this. It's not like on an urgent TBR of mine, but I just wanted to have it on my collection, and I really do like the 30th anniversary edition. Do have a cookbook that I was talking about, and that is taste.com.au, the Sweets as Baking cookbook. So there is over 250 recipes and I just love the pink. I am so excited. I have been loving baking recently and I wanted something that I could look into. I love creating new recipes and just going through recipes that I just find on TikTok, and honestly just eyeballing things and creating a little sweet treats. I just love baking, so I thought this would be perfect, as well as that like my partner and I just bought a home, so we will be moving out in like under 6 weeks now, and I want to start collecting things like this to have in my kitchen because I cannot wait to cook and bake in my own kitchen. So very exciting times ahead, but this is a beautiful little cookbook and I'm very excited to cook some recipes out of here. And that is King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. So yes, this book was kindly given to me by Liv from Endless Pages. This is a vampire like dark fantasy series, I'm pretty sure. I don't know too much about it. I know there's like a war that's going on. There's like, it's a lot of smart like dark themes, but it was on my wish list and I have been wanting to pick it up. I have read a few of Scarlett St. Clair's like Olympus retellings, so I am excited to read more of her work. I then have Desire by Haruki Murakami. This is a book that I picked up in Japan. I picked it up at one of the bookshops there. It is a little mini vintage classic edition, and this is just a bunch of short stories about desire, love, betrayal and things like that, and it was quite weird and unhinged, like the writing, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 5 stars reading this book. It was quite short. I think it was like 100 and something pages, like yeah, 110 pages, but I had a really good time reading all these short stories. I did actually annotate quite a few of them as well, but I really enjoyed it. I have been really enjoying Japanese literature and translated work. This book I have here is James Baldwin, Giovanni's Room. I have heard a lot of amazing things about this novel and I really wanted to pick it up as it is recommended by book enthusiasts who have similar reading tastes to me, so I really wanted to pick it up. This is also by a author of colour, and I am just really interested to see where this story will go. It is on the shorter side as well. It is another modern classic, around 150 pages. So David, a young American in 1950s Paris, is waiting for his fiancée to return from a vacation in Spain. But when he meets Giovanni, a handsome Italian barsman, the two men are drawn into an intense affair. After 3 months, David's fiancée returns, and denying his true nature, David rejects Giovanni for a safe future as a married man. His decision eventually brings tragedy. Full of passion, regret, and longing, the story is a fated love triangle, has become a landmark in gay writing, but its appeal is broader. James Baldwin calls outrage as a black author writing about white homosexuals, yet from him, the issue of race, sexuality, and personal freedom were internally intertwined. I cannot wait. This sounds amazing. I then have What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher. I did read this as well. I have a reading vlog if you would like to check it out. I read the What Moves the Dead and What Feasts at Night. I really enjoyed this. I didn't love it as much as What Moves the Dead, but T. Kingfisher's writing is quite grotesque. This basically follows on from What Moves the Dead, which is a retelling of The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. So it does have the same characters, Roderick and Madeline Usher. And we also follow our main character Easton. So it is a very grotesque, luring story, and I really enjoyed my time reading that series. And I think there might be another one coming in the series, Sworn Soldiers, I'm pretty sure the series is called, but I really enjoyed this. I then have Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. This is another book that I am yet to read by Miss Ellie Hazelwood. I love her writing, and this is a paranormal romance instead of her usual STEM romances, but I think there is STEM that's still entwined into this story. But I have heard a lot of really good things about Bride, so I cannot wait to pick it up. I hopefully will be picking it up soon, but I cannot wait. I just want to see where she goes with the paranormal romance side of things, like werewolf and vampires, so I'm really excited. I then have Latvona by Otesha Moshfegh. This was also gifted to me by Liv from Endless Pages. I have been kind of obsessing over Otesha Moshfegh. I have only read one of her books, but My Year of Rest and Relaxation literally sparked something in my brain, and I have been fixating on similar books like Unhinged, Unreliable protagonists. So I wanted to pick up Otesha Moshfegh's backlist, and so I do have majority of her books now on my shelf that I cannot wait to read. So Lavona is more like horror based, I would say. Like some of the elements and the descriptions that are in this story are meant to be very grotesque and disturbing. So this is basically, it says, welcome to Lavona, in a village in a medieval buffeted by natural disasters, a motherless shepherd boy finds himself at the center of a power struggle that puts all manner of faith to a savage test. It's supposed to be very disturbing, so I'm very excited to read this. I then have Homesick for Another World by Otesha Moshfegh. I have no idea what this is about. I saw the cover and I was immediately dragged in. I picked this up at Harry Hartog. So this is what the back of this says. Here the flesh is weak, the timber is crooked. People are cruel to each other and stupid and hurtful, but beauty comes from strange sources, and the dark energy surging through these stories is powerfully invigorating. We're in the hands of an author with a big mind, a big heart, blazing chops, and a political accuracy that is needle sharp. The needle hits the vein before we even feel the prick. Okay, this sounds really good, and this was also shortlisted for a Mans Booker Prize, which is a massive prize in the writing community, so I'm really excited to read this book. Kayla from Kayla Reads also has read quite a few of Otesha Moshfegh's books and has also really enjoyed her time reading Otesha Moshfegh's work. I have been very heavily influenced by Michaela with her reviews as well from Otesha Moshfegh. I know that she really enjoys the Unhinged, Unreliable protagonists. Another Otesha Moshfegh book is Death in Her Hands. This is another unhinged, unreliable main character. While on her daily walk with her dog in the woods near her home, Vesta comes across a chilling handwritten note. Her name was Agda. Nobody will ever know who killed her. It wasn't me. Here is her dead body. Shaky even on her best days, Vesta is also alone and new to the area. Having moved here after the death of her husband, her brooding about the note grows quickly into a full-blown obsession. Who was Magna and how did she meet her fate? Cannot wait to read this. Another Otesha Mosfeg book, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this cover, is Eileen by Otesha Mosfeg. This is like the vintage American Gothic cover. It's floppy. I'm obsessed. I love this cover. So Eileen is another unhinged, unreliable main character. This is what I imagine life to be. One long sentence of waiting out the clock. Trapped between caring for her alcoholic father and her job as a secretary at the boys' prison, Eileen Dunlop dreams of escaping to the big city. In the meantime, her nights and weekends are filled with shoplifting and cleaning up her father's messes. When the beautiful, charismatic Rebecca St. John arrives on the scene as the new counselor at the prison, Eileen is enchanted, unable to resist what appears to be a miraculously budding friendship. But soon, Eileen's affection for Rebecca pulls her into a crime that far suppresses even her own wild imagination. So yes, Eileen sounds so dark and unhinged, and I cannot wait to read Eileen. I then have All These Twisted Glory by Tahira Murphy. This book is the third book in the This Woven Kingdom series. It is a YA fantasy series by Tahira Murphy, and this follows Alizi, who is a djinn, and then we have two love interests, and I'm really excited to read this. I have not read it yet, but I love the first two books, so I cannot wait to read the third and see where it goes. I know there's meant to be 5 books in this series now, so we will see what happens. I then have Rush by Saskia Roy. This book I started, I'm like 100 pages in, I had to put it down. It is way too smutty for me, and like I like smut, but this is like every 10 pages, like even from the beginning of this book, it is just like intense, explicit scenes, and I just am not in the mood for that. This is also my most lowest rated book on Goodreads. I think it has like an average of 2 stars, which is, I don't know what to say about that, but it is full of smut, literally just straight smut, like desire, obsession, but like red flag after red flag after red flag. So this is a Formula One inspired love story, I think, but desire, danger, desire, and passion. Lena Aiden comes to Los Angeles to make it big as a rider. 5 years later, she's still chasing the dream and wondering if it's time to start over. Nico Laurent is a Formula One world champion and the most desirable bachelor in the world. He's used to getting any woman he wants, and he's decided he wants Lena. After their first night together, Lena can't get Nico out of her head. She engineers a second meeting, and suddenly Lena is pulled into a heavy world of fast cars, parties, and money. Lena has never been so reckless, and she likes it. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about this, but I may pick it up again. Just way too much for me. The last book on this book haul is The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black, and this is the second book in the Stolen Heir series by Holly Black, which follows Oak and Siren. So where the Stolen Heir was in Siren's POV, I think this is in Oak's POV, but this also has a lot of political intrigue from what I've heard, and also Jude and Carden are meant to be quite present in The Prisoner's Throne, so I am very excited to read The Prisoner's Throne when I do get to it. I'm hoping I get to it soon. It is on my 10 books to read during the autumn winter season, so I will be picking up in the next few months. But yes, that concludes today's video. That concludes my book haul. As I said, I'm quite happy with the amount of books that I have picked up over the last few months, as I have been reading a few off my physical TBR, so it's okay. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!